Yo, what is going on, guys? Welcome back to another video, and in today's video I'm gonna be showing you guys the fastest way to get Damascus Camo in Modern Warfare 2020. So let's go ahead and get right into it.
It's just me and you.
Alright guys, so welcome back to another video. In today's video I'm gonna show you guys how I got Damascus the fastest way on my first and primary account. I'm just gonna be doing a little bit of gameplay on my second account, grinding for that Damascus on this one as well. So let's go ahead and get to talking. So the first thing that I do recommend you guys doing to get Demascus Camo is just going into a game. Before you go in that game, I would recommend making a couple classes for guns you don't very much use that are very low level, such as shotguns, snipers, and LMGs, because I know lots of people like SMGs and ARs in this game. I'd also recommend using your pistols a tad bit, trying to get those at least so you can get a couple attachments on them, because that will help a lot in the future. And this will save you time from like saying I grinded out the MP5 and then I wanted to start grinding out the M4 and it was completely level 0 and I had to level it up just to get attachments on it and it took forever. This is a way that you don't really have to go through that struggle. I mean, you still have to do it, but it's in the beginning, so you won't have to really, I don't know, I feel like it's just a lot easier to get done personally, and it was faster in the end for me. And yeah, so I just say take an hour or two out of this process to go ahead and level up your guns, or do that before you start this process, and then come back and watch the rest of the video. That is completely up to you guys, but I would just recommend that first of all. The second thing I do want to say is how to get the most like kills fast in this game. You do want to go ahead and I like to not use attachments on any new guns that I do use, and I go into shipment and I just go try to go off with them, except for snipers, obviously, shotguns, SMGs, pistols, anything. I don't really use attachments because you don't really need attachments to even get kills in this shipment mode that they're having right now. It's mainly just like chaos, so you'll spawn in and be able to kill them. Basically, it won't really need to have a good class setup. Maybe some nice perks, and you'll be fine. And what I like to do with that is that's like the fastest way. I don't have to worry about my reptile camos, which are like kills without any attachments. You don't really have to worry about those if you guys just play a couple matches of shipment with your gun without any attachments on it. As long as you do pretty good, you should be fine. And that's the tip I have, is that you want to get all these done. As you can see, I'm getting some done right now. My second count just got blue iguana, reptile camo, and I'm going through these like crazy, guys. And I just kind of learned this tip from my friend. It's like pretty straightforward, right? You'd think, oh, well, why don't I just go into a match where it has close range, high kills, and just try to get those gun kills out in kills with 5 attachments and no attachments done. But most people actually don't think about that. So go into shoot house, go into shipment, put either 5 attachments on or do no attachments, and just start playing a little bit, having fun with your friends, and those skins will just come to you by themselves. That is probably the 2 easiest skins you can get, is killing enemies and stuff like that, and also as well as killing with no attachments or with 5 attachments. If you guys, the next thing I do want to talk about, sorry about that. The next thing I want to talk about, guys, is the what is it called? The mounted kills. So the mounted kills, some people can have trouble with, but they're pretty straightforward. I'd say just go into a game and find a good spot with a POI, point of interest, where the other enemy team will try to push up or flank or do anything of the sort that will make them come back to you. Most of the time, if you do kill someone mounted, they will come back and try to kill you. So this is perfect for you guys. You just want to have a good point of interest mount, and I recommend Shoot House. Shoot House has a really good point of interest because if you look at the map of Shoot House, it actually mainly only has 2 entry points to each spawn, and then 1 middle hallway kind of slash middle ground. And if you guys go ahead and just hold one of those side angles that they're coming through a lot of the time, you can get so many mounted kills. And if you do it while crouching, you can knock out your crouch kills as well. And that is the best thing you guys can do for mounted kills, I think, as shoot house or any map that has a point of interest spot. That is very good. So that's the best thing I can recommend for mounted kills on an SMG slash LMG slash AR. Anything that you do need to get those mounted kills on that has a fully automatic gun. So the second thing I'd like to talk about is the fact of um, the triple kills. So for the triple kills, guys, these should be not too hard, but if you really do need to do that, you should be able to go into a shoot house game or just a team deathmatch game. And if you guys can get to their spawn and get behind them, you should be able to get 3 kills easy. But if not, I'd say go get a kill and then relocate yourself just in case there's more. Kind of get back, stim up. I would recommend using stims. I recommend using C4s. Not C4s, but I recommend using a class that you are comfortable with, or trying to get comfortable with the class before you're trying to go for all these triple kills, which should not be a problem. They actually should just come in the process as well. Um, with going ahead and getting that Damascus camo. They should just come in the process. But if you guys are having trouble with them, I recommend getting the kill and kind of backing off a little bit, unless you know you're going to get another kill. And then you should be fine, obviously. You should just kind of sit back, get another kill, sit back, get another kill. Kind of let them come to you, play a little bit more passive. Maybe have like a personal radar after you get your first 2 kills, and then just you'll be able to like maybe pre-fire the other person. I don't know, but that is one way you can get the triple kills. I found fastest if I was having trouble, because I was like having trouble maybe with a certain gun I didn't use too much. So I was like, oh man, I don't need oh man, I should probably turn on personal radar so that I can get this done, or wait till we have a UAV. Anything that can help you see the enemies is a good thing. Remember that. So maybe change your kill streaks up a bit. It will help you with your challenges. Anything like that will help. Now, the last thing I do want to talk about for this is actually the reloading kills. So everything else should come pretty straightforward, guys. I already told you how to get the kills fast for with attachments, without attachment, and just regular kills. Those will just come, as I said, with shipment and close quarters battling. And also a good thing about that is that most of these games are really short compared to other matches that you do play, and you also just end up getting more kills anyway. So that's why I like this so much. But anyway, let's get back to what I was saying. If you guys are trying to get those after reloading kills, the best way you guys can do this is actually taking off an attachment on your gun if you do have attachments, and going ahead and throwing on a perk called Sleight of Hand, I think it is called. And with this perk, you'll be able to reload a lot faster. Um, so if you are in a position where you do need to reload and kill your enemy, this perk will be amazing to you guys, and it will work like a charm. It helped me so very much getting these after reloading kills, because most of these things that I talk about here, they came with kind of just grinding out the gun and getting it leveled up. So then I was like, all that was left was those long shots, which I'll talk about, and these reloading kills. I was like, well, why do I need kills after reloading? And it's like, well, it's part of the challenge, so let's just get it done with. So yeah, you want to turn on that perk, Sleight of Hand. Sleight of Hand will help so much, guys, if you didn't already know. And then you also want to go ahead and turn on, oh, you don't want to turn on, but you want to go ahead and before you peek a corner, for example, maybe after you get a kill, you want to reload faster, get some safe ground. But I like to take cover if I know where someone is. I kind of just shoot, use my sleight of hand to reload, and then I peek the corner, and I kind of just keep peeking the same corner where people are coming through after reloading, and then it will give you probably about, depending on how good you do, it should give you like a pretty good decent amount every game. I don't really need to do these right now because I'm using my SMGs. I don't know if they're on SMGs. I think they are. But I'm trying to do some other challenges on this first without having to worry about those. But sleight of hand will probably be the best chance you've got at doing these if you're having trouble with that. I was having trouble a little bit. Now this may take a little bit longer just if you haven't got used to it, but reload and then peek back and you should be fine. And also with shipment, people spawn all the time. So if you're reloading, half the time someone will just spawn in right when you're done reloading and you'll be able to kill them. So shipment's another good place for this. Um, that is one good recommendation. Now for long shots, this is kind of probably the hardest thing I have had to deal with, I'd say, most likely, just with like playing the game. The long shots are probably the hardest thing I've had to do with the ARs. So there's 2 solutions that I have found that work very good for me. One of them is going into shootouts 24/7, and the other one is changing your quick play filters. So what that is if you guys are trying to go for long shots, I would recommend either using shoot house 24/7 and putting on a stronger mag if your gun does have one, and just going ahead and mounting on that back wall with the snipers and everybody else that does, and you just kind of grind out that way. That way is pretty fast depending on how good you're playing against players, how good the players are you're playing against. Or another way is to go into your quick play settings and just turn off all of them except for hard point, domination, and team deathmatch. Those 3 things are pretty clumped up. So if you guys are playing hardpoint, go ahead and sit across that map, watch those people take that hardpoint down, whether they're fighting, contested, anything like that, and you guys should just be able to pick people off a lot better. Also putting a scope on your gun, not a sniper scope unless you're comfortable with that. I don't really like those, but putting a scope on your gun should help you a lot with this as well, so you can get that farther range. But for the M4, for me, I was not getting these kill streaks. I was getting killed from long range before I could kill them, and then I just kind of turned on the 10 millimeter or the 10 caliber something 10 round mag that was really powerful with that M4 class, and I just actually went ahead and um just kind of started tapping with it, and it really actually did work. So if you guys have a stronger mag on your class, you do want to use that. It will help a bunch in the future with that challenge, and it will get your long shots done. Now with the snipers, this is the one thing I want to talk about. If you guys are not very good with snipers, I think the best way that you can get Damascus faster, even though you do have to go through those snipers, is actually starting with the marksman rifles, because these marksman rifles are about they're a lot easier to use than the snipers, obviously. They do even have iron sights that are pretty good like that, all that stuff. And what you can do with them actually is you can go ahead and just use those, practice with those as you're grinding those out before your snipers. Because if you grind those out before your snipers, you'll get a good feel of what a sniper would feel like while using something that's a little bit easier, and kind of progressing your way into a little bit more of challenging of a gun. So, the Kar 98 and the MK2 carbine are probably the two easiest guns to use in this game, just based off the fact that they can one-shot you, but they're super fast, kind of like reloading. I don't know what you would call it, but I don't know. Cocking back your gun again, they have really fast, like reloadish time. I don't know really what to call it, but yeah, they have really fast like fire rate for how much damage they can do, and they will also get you better at aiming for the top of the body, because that's the only time it will be a one shot is at the upper half of those bodies, unless they're very low. So with snipers too as well, if you shoot them low enough or in a weird spot, they will actually be getting you hit markers, which is not good for a real sniper that takes forever to get another shot going. So with these, it will kind of work your way up, getting those upper body shots and just those kills, and leading your way into a harder gun. So that's the best way I did it. And if you guys are still having trouble with your snipers, I recommend using a team deathmatch, not any close range maps. Kind of just staying a little bit further back, or going into a close range map, which I just said don't do, and learning how to do it yourself before you even start trying to grind. You should be able to get it down in a little bit, and this process should only take about up to 2 days max to get Damascus, this whole thing, or 3 or 4, probably 4, max 3, a little maybe 4, depending on how bad you are at this game. Most players you'd probably get it in 3. I probably got it about 2, just because I do consider myself a little bit of above average player, not much, because I don't play this game too much, but I'm definitely better than a lot of players, and there's definitely people that are a lot better than me. So yeah, but with snipers, that's kind of the best way to do it. Lead yourself in with a marksman rifle and see how it goes. If you're still having trouble, maybe turn to a bigger map, or maybe a 10v10 battleground even, or whatever it is, to get yourself going ahead and getting a little bit more range between you and the enemy, so you have a bit more time to get yourself situated with trying to get these kills. Uh, and then that is the best thing ever, I think. Happened for me a long time ago when I first started COD, trying to grind this out in like BO3s. I was not very good at sniping, so I just started trying to go further away, trying to get a little bit better. And then once I kind of got Dark Matter in BO3, I kind of started using snipers more, and I wanted to get better at them, so then I just started going up close and personal, and I just taught myself, or played enough. Practice makes perfect, basically. But if you guys are just really trying to get Damascus and you don't really use snipers, then I would go marksman snipers, and then maybe longer range map for your snipers. And mounted kills, always just use point of interest or shoot house is the best way to get those mounted kills with a sniper. Period, no matter what. Do want to talk about shotguns. For shotguns are actually pretty. Okay, they can be pretty easy. They can be pretty hard. I would not recommend using a shotgun for, say, on Piccadilly, because Piccadilly is a huge map, and chances of you getting a really good kill streak are not the highest unless you do know spawns and how to flank around and get behind them and all that stuff. I would not recommend it on a bigger map. Now, if you guys are in domination, though, shotgun is probably the easiest thing to come to you, because you just throw on a shotgun and you're getting quad kills and all these types of kills in domination or hardpoint or kill confirm inside this cargo crate map. I mean, what shipment map? And I think it's the fastest way to level up your shotguns. And also, since it is very close, you can get those one-shot kills with them as well with your shotguns. Uh, you kind of just want to like run. Literally, you just have to run around the map and they'll come to you guys. And that is the best way for shotguns. So that is probably about it. If you have any questions, just leave them below. But this is the fastest way that I did get Damascus on my account. I forgot about launchers. Hold on. I forgot about launchers, of course. So, guys, the best way to get launcher kills is definitely not a close range map such as Shipment, mainly because of the fact that the aim down sight time on these are very very bad, and they take a little bit of time to fire off as well. So the best thing I would say to do is maybe go into Shoot House. Shoot House is a really uh, it can turn to a long range or a bigger map than Shipment by a lot, and you guys can literally sit you guys can go ahead and just watch the two entryways, because on each side of the map there's about basically two entryways to the spawns and then one in the middle, and with that you guys can just watch one of those sides with your RPG or whatever gun you're trying to use and go ahead and just get the kills. um, and that's probably like the fastest way I did it, was just going on Shoot House. It was the best map for me. You guys can find like your own spots in different maps and just kind of sit there, and it does take a little bit. Launches probably do take the longest in my opinion, but there is a new mode out, or not new, I don't know how new it is, but there is a mode out called Drop Zone, guys, and this kind of cut my time a lot with launchers. So what Drop Zone is there is a zone that the enemy team or your team will go ahead and capture, and in this we'll just have supply drops that are constantly dropping throughout the game, and what will happen then is that they open those and they just get gun streak, they get score streaks, they get UAVs, they get support helos, they get um, all types of stuff, gunships, yeah, so they get all types of stuff, juggernauts even. And what can help is that since you have to destroy certain streaks, a lot of the time in Drop Zone it will have one of those streaks every single game. Have Wheelsons as well, and Drop Zone is also a kind of long mode, so you'll be getting lots of kill streaks with those RPGs and anything that you do need to do those with. So Drop Zone is 100% for the launchers. It has every single every single uh, what could I say, score streak is in that mode possible in the game, and it is the best thing ever. My friend is literally doing it right now. I just told him about it. He's doing it right now to get his launchers done. And yeah, I hope this video did help you guys get Damascus faster. It should help you guys a little bit just on how what maps I recommended and how I recommend doing the launchers and stuff. If you guys did enjoy, leave a like, maybe subscribe. I don't know. It's up to you. And see you next time. Peace.